A wise man once said, "The future has a name, and its name is hope. A tiny flicker of light that feeds on hope is enough to shatter any shield of darkness." At Mandulis, we really believe in this. We're a clean energy company that also focuses on agricultural value addition to help improve the lives of farmers in rural Africa. Something that's close to my heart, having grown up in these communities. I was born in northern Uganda, in such communities that we've seen today. I spent my early childhood running around these roads. You know, I've lived this, but so has almost every other Ugandan, because 80% of us are linked to the ground through farming. And now what today has been about is figuring out how farming can not only be productive for food, but rather how farming can be productive for the entire ecosystem and the economy. How crops once grown can have residues that can be turned into energy to process those same crops, can be turned into energy to cook those same crops, and can be turned into that flicker of light that can shatter any shield of darkness, economically, developmentally, and otherwise.
My name is Brian Tahinduka. I work with Stanbic Bank Uganda, a member of Standard Bank. I look after power and infrastructure in business banking. I'm here in Nwoya because of my client who is in the power sector under the renewable energy subsector, Mandulis Energy. I'm here to see what he's doing, to understand his business and see how best I can support him. So I met Mandulis Energy 3 years ago, and it was a journey on how he's building a site far from the grid where he can use renewable energy to support agro-processing. So we've been in discussions, and today I was here to see the journey and how far he has reached, and to understand his business and how best I can be able to support him.
When a refugee family or a host community family has the gasifier stove, they're able to use the briquette in the stove and light the stove. The briquette will emit methane and hydrogen out of the top of the stove. They light that and they cook with a blue flame, blue like the Stanbic logo. And that blue flame is very hot and very even and steady, and you can cook with it. But why we're pushing for this stove is, A, it's locally developed in Makerere, but B, it's affordable, you know, like not more than, I think market price is not more than 80,000, but we'll probably be able to do it at much less than that. And we can probably get the refugee families to actually be involved with the host community families in the manufacturing of it. But the best bit is, once you've finished cooking, what's left is not an ash, but rather biochar. Biochar is charcoal. So briquette in, charcoal out, and you've cooked.
My experience with Mandulis Energy and Nwoya district is enormous. To me, I came looking at a client focusing on renewable energy, setting up a mini grid, looking at biogas, looking at how he can use renewable energy to do agro-processing. When I came here, I discovered it's a great opportunity. It's an ocean of opportunity where we're looking at farmers. We're looking at total ecosystem, starting from the farm to farmer associations, where you deliver to warehouses, where you do drying, you do processing, then also linking the farmer and their produce with the market. We're talking about Diageo, we're talking about Coca-Cola, we're talking about Afrochicks. Then outside that, you have a component of food, you have a component of processing, you have a component of carbon. Then you're looking at a client who is converting agro waste to generate energy, and at the same time, he's producing briquettes. Then the briquettes are going to support the refugee communities. So to us as a bank, now this is the client we're looking at from a renewable energy perspective, from an ecosystem perspective, looking at how we support him from an agro-business perspective, renewable energy perspective, and also go further and expand on his market on where this produce is going.
What is interesting with the milling is, you find the starch goes to Coca-Cola and Diageo, you know, for making Bell Lager and Uganda Waraji and such wonderful things. But then the brand goes to the chicken feed manufacturing companies, people like Yuga Chicken, so on, who use it in their chicken feed making processes. Then the cob is what comes to us to make biomass so in that triangle, you're extracting value multiple times. With Stanbic Bank, they are a big bank. They are able to plug in everywhere from the farmer level, where farmers can access financial services. They can also plug in from our buyers, such as UBL, which was here, where they're able to support our buyers to buy the processed products from us. They're able to support us as well, by providing us with the transactional services to help us connect from the suppliers, who are the farmers, through to the processing, through to the buyers of the farmers' products. So that's quite interesting there.
So when you look at the farmers, they want to grow more, they want to earn more, they want to be better, they want to be different. So they're thinking about themselves, they're thinking about the associations they are in, they're thinking about their households. And when you look at the farmer, any impact to a farmer in a positive way, it impacts education because each household benefits from the income. It impacts health, you're reducing on carbon emission through clean energy, and also you're helping them to be better. So to us as a bank, it's an exciting moment, and we are looking at how do we integrate this business and how best do we use our ecosystem model to look at each farmer touch points and support them either with lending or with financial inclusion services, or we can even provide what we call financial literacy to help them become better and become more. As a bank, one of our missions is transforming lives, and our objective is to say how do we transform the communities of these farmers in your district.